Welcome to the Tangle Puppet. Hit the like, share, and subscribe for me, okay? So as many people can get the reading. All right, collective, donate your energy, donate your time, but there's also availability for you to donate to the channel so I can keep giving you my energy, my time, okay, collective? So let's get started with our prayers and then move forward. Archangel Michael, the ancestors, the angels of the Most High, we ask that you ascend down into this present moment, helping us heal and grow and ascend to our proper timeline, revealing things that need to be shown, to change, to grow, to become authentic in our purpose for you. In your holy name we pray, as above, so below. All right, collective, what an interesting reading. I started channeling this message out based off of a dream that I had. I had these cards, I had a couple of them. I said, well, I need to write these messages down so I can get some clarification, because I'm not for sure who this dream pertains to or who it's about or what part it may play in your life, collective. So this reading's for entertainment purposes only. If it resonates in your life, take it with a grain of salt. Take it and place it where it fits. And if there's something in the reading that helps you heal and ascend from that place, then take that journey, take that leap, okay, collective? All right, so let's go on ahead and move forward with this reading, okay? So you're somebody who bears gifts, okay, collective? You could be somebody who has a very high IQ. You could be somebody that has been perfecting these gifts, but you are anointed by God with some type of psychic gift, some type of gift that is here to help the world, okay? When it comes to you moving through life in your path, your place, you have some type of talent that helps you tap into other people's emotions. It's some way that you perform. You have some type of infinite ability when tapping into other people's emotions, their grief, what they need to heal so they can ascend. Okay, so you're somebody, maybe what they call an awakener. You awaken people to their true, authentic self. Okay, collective, there's something about you being very disciplined, okay? You know a lot of self-restraint. There's something you're about to do. It could be become a mentor, a teacher, a guide, but you're an educator. You're here to educate people, to awaken them. You could be an individual entrepreneur. There's something you could make, some type of artistic talent, some type of divine talent that you hold that you could be marketing. And this is going to allow for you to reach a new level in your life. I'm hearing new tax bracket, okay? There is a King of Cups here who saw red. He was in rage whenever he heard about this level up that you're about to have, okay? He could fear some type of getting caught at the red light type of energy. Maybe he was trying to take something away from where it was supposed to be. Maybe he was trying to stop you from fulfilling your divine mission, and he felt like he got caught at the red light trying to stop you with that big stop sign, okay, at the light. It's something about this has already taken place. This is like past energy, okay? But it is coming forth today. It's because there has been a wedge because of this energy. Look, with the bird being perched, You could have been waiting for news or a package and it's in reverse. Like I said, somebody could have took something and felt like they're going to be caught red-handed doing it. This all relates to what happened in the past. But I was given this message from the Avenger Angels. They come and visited me in a dream that I had the other night and allowed me to see a few things, some truths, okay, things that were in the shadow, things that were not known to a lot of people, or somebody that was tapped that's on my channel, or somebody that's going to hear or see this video. You needed to know this message, okay? Somebody, it could be this hunter, okay? This could be somebody who stalks you like prey. They have been strategically trying to pursue you, trying to put you in survival mode. How do you always make it out alive is what they want to know, okay? This is somebody who keeps trying to put 10 wands on your back, okay? This could be a man who is dazed and confused about his own life, okay? He lies about his own life, about some type of progress or some type of direction, something. Maybe he helps people as a spiritual leader, works with spirit guides, lies to people about things, okay? Tries to guide people in the wrong direction, or he guided a group of people in the wrong direction from a spiritual point of view. This person here could have been somebody in your life who set you up each time and you still made it out, or each time they tried to set you up, you made it out, it didn't work. They keep trying to do this another way, claiming that it'll make you happier than you know it. Okay, this is somebody who keeps trying to come back around in your life, claiming that forgiveness or something in those lines, that we can try to do this again. We can try this another way. They could come in wearing the mask of like shy or love. It could be this Queen of Hearts here. This is somebody who could be from the West Coast, the state of Oregon. Come out. This could be a place where you lived with this 10 of Hearts here. Okay, it could have been a journey for you. Could have had a lot of ups and downs. It could have been something you were very dazed and confused about, was this path in the West Coast. This was a very ruthless path for you. Something to do with the name Butcher, or they could be a butcher. You could be associated with a butcher. Could have something to do with meat here. I had a dream that somebody, a feminine energy, seen another masculine put something in somebody's food. It could have been some type of steak meat or something that was in a white takeout box. This could be somebody who was paid by your family to gang stalk you, a gang, some type of underworld transactions of violence and criminal activity, a brotherhood of the shadows. Like I said, this is something that was done in the shadows. People didn't think that it would come to light. Okay, these are people who are very light. They try to act like they represent the light. They try to act like they are maybe religious is what I'm hearing, or something along those lanes of them being somebody who can guide you down the right path spiritually or for your soul, something about that to help you find, like, they represent themselves as a spiritual leader, and I'm going to leave it like that. It doesn't matter their religion, way, or path, or how they try to, but it could even be a dark spiritual leader, okay? But this is somebody who lies about their own life. This is also somebody who was hired by your family. This is somebody who's very, very jealous of you, who always side eyes you. They have a very smug look, and they like to give you a grin, a smuggish grin, okay? This is somebody who has been spying on your life for a while. They could even be some type of undercover, some type of intelligent agent. but they're the seeker of secrets. This could be somebody who gets on their computer and does a lot over here, okay? All of these papers, books, and knowledge, just doing the most of spying. You're probably not the only person they were paid to take action upon like this. But this is somebody who's got files and files and files and files and pictures and data and lots of things of you, collective, because they have been spying on all of your information. This person could be somebody who is not thinking very clear. Somebody who is in transgression of justice, okay? They are well on their way of prison, parole, or discipline from the justice, okay? This is because this person could have put black magic on you since birth. It was because you were recognized, you were noticed, somebody seen your light. Like I said, at birth, you were a child. It's because you could be born in the spring. Something about these spring buds. You could like bubbles. They could call you Bubbles when you were little. You had innocence about you. They seen your growth too. It's just something about the way that you went through life, but you kept a smile on your face. I'm seeing somebody who is very happy, okay? But they also seen you as very vulnerable. You could have been very tapped into your emotions. You could have been somebody who maybe you cried a lot when your feelings got hurt. I'm not seeing somebody that cried for no reason. I'm seeing somebody who cried a lot for legit reasons but was misunderstood a lot, or this was part of the cloak that was put on them, was so that you would always be misunderstood, so people wouldn't get you, so people wouldn't understand you, so you would look like you had lack of emotional control. Right now, you have angels. You have God backing you. It's because of your spiritual sovereignty, okay? This has to do with your physical or spiritual inheritance, some type of rule. The authority figures could have ruled in your favor. They could see you as this king, queen energy. They could see you as a matriarch, okay? Or the monarch. But you are somebody who holds yourself, you're very proper, you have very good posture as well. God is working on your behalf, okay? There is problems that are being solved. This is a very complex thing you've been through, story, scenario, a very serious, violent, criminal life somebody's been through because people were jealous, probably family members, because they were paid by the family. But we're going to tap into this and see what this is about, to see what is actually going on, what was forged, why it was forged, why everything was taken this way, why you were like their great target for all of their schemes, okay, and how the divine is fixing it for you. And the insight you need to follow your path, to be a trendsetter, to take off, to break things off of your life, okay? These betrayals, these bonds that's been broken, okay? Yeah, look, because you've been dealing with a lot of clowns, a lot of people who wear masks. They've been putting on a lot of performances in your life. This could have started with somebody you dated, some type of player here, okay? They could have seen you have a luxury life. They could have been a stranger to you. You could have been somebody who was online. They could have been somebody who was a follower or content creator. They could have been a follower of yours. They could have seen you as a content creator. This person could be a content creator. Look, but with this lost soul coming out sideways, it's like they had options. They could have went either way. Something about that, like their direction wasn't yet decided, okay? This is somebody who, in the community, explored a lot of information. Like I said, they could have been a spy, but this is somebody who pursued to be a legend. This is somebody who wanted to be a legend. They had a lot of information about you. They could have seen you as a legend. They could have heard a lot of stories, a lot of information about you in the community, some type of cooperation, some type of society, okay? So there was a society, this lower level society that heard a lot about you. You could have been like a legend because of your gifts or something like that. It could have been 3 little boys on their bike, you know, but it's a gang of people. It's a gang of group, okay? They could have all grown up. They could be of all ages. That's what these lies were. He's been lying to his group of people that he hangs out with about information, about a lot of stories, okay? This is somebody who could hang out in the bar. They could like to play a guitar, but it's them just being the center of attention and telling a lot of stories. And this is what forged this path out, okay? This is how the decision was made. You were like the center of the topic. It's like you were the topic, okay? This person was very arrogant, very rash, okay? Very impulsive when it came to you. This could be somebody who was in the military. It could have been somebody who they seen had integrity, loyalty, honor. Like I said, somebody who was a leader. But really, this person was a swindler. This is somebody who was in disguise. They were wearing a mask here. The master of deception. Okay, so he was disguised as somebody respectable, maybe an elder. Okay, somebody that bared wisdom. He could have been an older gentleman with a mask on. Something about experiences. Showed a lot of kindness. Maybe traditional ways, values. This was all part of the scheme. He was a careerist at this, okay? This is somebody who had a vision because they planned it all out, premeditated. This is somebody who needs treatment, but their diagnosis here, okay, you have this doctor coming out, something to do. This could be somebody who was devoted to this path, this inner path, this grand scheme, okay? To cut you out of things. Look, with this surgery here, to cut you out of things. Okay, to take things out, to take things away from you. This could have been somebody who was a mother figure to you, okay? Somebody who was supposed to comfort you, or you are a mother. Look, the mother, okay? They are the one who hired, consulted this person. This mother or this person that they consulted could have been somebody who was drunk, somebody who suffered from alcoholism, addiction, somebody who was avoiding things in their life, somebody who was very abusive, okay? They're the ones that channeled the potential, the illusion, the power to keep this going, okay? The strength. They're the ones who were fighting for the cause out here, okay? Because apparently they had done all their research, but nobody, maybe this person didn't check into this with you. This person celebrated. They did this with a passion. They were like selfless devotion and dedicated, okay? It was their duty. Show me more about this abstract that was created, this illusion, this Truman Show. Yeah. It was all in rhythm. It was all their move. It was a movement against you. They were all putting in, hoping to get something out of it as well. Look, they seen you as a challenge and they wanted to challenge you. They had a goal when it came to you. This was an adventure for these people. They were like, yeah, ready. They were training for this, geared up to do this. They've been shut down. They need help. Yeah, look, this is something that most of these people risked it all for, okay? There was so much speculation, so much addiction going on here, so much debt that they didn't care. It was worth this betrayal, these broken bonds, this deceit, this disloyalty. It was to steal your innocence, okay? to steal a gift from you. I'm telling you. They didn't deliver a message, something about information. Yeah, look, from a lawyer. They didn't deliver a message from a lawyer to you. They didn't help defend you either. It was a process to take you down, so that the scales wouldn't go in your favor. That's why they had this spy here. That's why this lawyer has all this information, you know. They took the information to them, so they were getting information from you, carrying it back, okay? Taking it back. It was all part of this grand scheme. Show me more about this Oregon West Coast butcher here, okay? This one that was hired. Look. This is somebody who they thought could get the job done. This is somebody who they thought, this could have even been an authority figure who was traveling through, okay? They thought this was somebody who would be able to get this done, okay? That they had a lot of experience, that they could walk all realms, that there's no way that they had some type of protection to, some type of immunity or something. Maybe that's the man over here lying about his life, or the man that started it. Look, this person is a civil servant here that they hired by your family, okay? That connected with this group that took a lot of transactions against you with that brotherhood. These were people that were jealous of you. So there were dirty law officials involved either. Yeah, look, they all developed this plan together. I'm not even playing with you. They encouraged and supported it. They all wanted you to be broke, okay? They wanted you to be broke in the spirit. They wanted you to be broke physically. They wanted you to go bankrupt. Unemployment. So they created this story that was supposed to look like your true story, okay? They forged it out. They spied on you. They changed things. They tempered it. It didn't even matter. They were doing everything they had to do, trying to sharpen it, melted things down so it would look this way every time they took action, okay? Look, they were these people walking in the shadows, okay? These shadow walkers. Watching you, keeping eye on you, the security man. All of it was part of it. All of this, look, they were even disguised as your friends, okay? Supporting. Keepers of trust, people that claim to help want to solve a problem with you. They affected your technology. They got into your computer systems, your phones. They hacked your security systems. Also, they could get this information so they'd have growth of their story. Look, this is definitely family. They took it to your family. They took it to some type of guardian. They took it to a madman here trying to... Look, they just wanted to shut you down. And they did all this with loyalty. They did it with honor, okay? Proud, okay? This was definitely parental authority of yours. They were definitely the architects of this, okay? They definitely designed this. But, collective, you're about to get a message from somebody who is trying to help clean things up. They could be waiting. You could be waiting, or they're waiting for the ball to drop, because like I said, somebody's going to be disciplined, okay? They took too many risks, and a detective seen it, okay? They seen that somebody invested in this. They see who was the manager of it, that they had management over this, that it was all a ladder, okay, for them to take lead over your wealth, to take your wealth. There's too many clues, okay? The truth's already been seen, because the divine showed the right person, showed the right authority figure. Look, safe passage, navigating the journey, the divine. Something about D over here, the divine driver, the driver for the divine. Somebody that was a driving force in the situation as well, okay? You are coming out with... Somebody could be driving towards you to tell you something about this, or it could be a clown that is coming towards you. It's somebody wearing a mask, but this is all part of the plan. With the clergy here, you could be getting a message. Look, CC, you could be getting a message about an LCC, something about that, okay? All of this, another mask here. All of these shows, this Truman Show, is all orchestrated. It was a performance. But they don't realize that the light's already been shown. Look, the story's already been wrote. The communication's already been had. They've seen the difference in things. And there's somebody coming in to repair things on your behalf. You or other people could be getting questions about this at this moment. Yeah, a lot of small talking going on about this devotion of this madman who wanted to shut you down. They wanted to possess your energy. They wanted to bring chaos. This family, this madman that they hired could have looked like this, collective. Okay? But they wanted you, they tried to sacrifice you, extinguish you. A lot of chaos. They mastered this chaos when it came to you, collective. Okay, Holy Father, this is past energy. How's this coming forward? Look, it's connecting the pathway. You're about to overcome this division in your life. This separation, all this fog, all this illusions. So you can live peaceful, okay? Simple living. You're going back to simple life, the simple livings, where you have all these gardens, where you have all this growth, where all this greenery is, where all this heart energy is, okay? Where you have all of this creative energy as well. Where you have a sanctuary, okay? It's something about you growing through the darkness and rising above that energy with your light, okay? So your light will lead you is what I'm hearing. With this hustle and bustle, like I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of activities. It's all the melting pot, the winding path, okay? The retreat, the inner journey, it's all happening like this so that you can go inward, okay? So you can find the strategy, so the light can be shown on it. Look, within a vehicle, you could be going somewhere, but they want to talk to you about your experiences, what happened. Some type of road trip, road journey could have something to do with that food. I'm telling you, a tavern, some type of food or beverages. Somebody wants to talk to you about this, okay? About this desert. Maybe it was in a desert area. I'm hearing Nevada, Arizona, something about that. Look, with this infinite sky, infinite universe, okay? This is definitely, they want to talk to you about what happened that day. Something about that. High Valley Mountain Desert is what I'm hearing. This is all part of that path. Look, this could be that Avenger. This could be that authority figure who's coming in. They're coming in with this melting place. Now it's the melting, it was the melting pot, now it's the melting place. It's where everything falls into place. This is where everything unfolds, okay? This is that point of no return. You have this home here, okay? This is security. This is coming to somebody's personal space with a message, okay? Written correspondence about this attraction or the things they've been doing, okay? What they've been putting into. It could even be some type of rehabilitation, okay? Maybe they want to, maybe you're going to get a message and they want to rehabilitate you. Maybe they want to move you. Maybe they're going to put you in some type of safer place. You have this mystic haven coming out with hidden wisdom, okay? And it's your handcrafted masterpiece, but this is handcrafted. This whole thing was handcrafted. They thought it'd be a masterpiece. They thought it would be hidden. They didn't think that you would rehabilitate. They didn't think you would ever find out the truth. They didn't think you would get the delivery. They know they've been tracking you and you've got the correspondence. You've seen it. You know, you see what's going on, okay? It's all being uncovered. All of this is the assembly line. The manufacturing process, okay? Something to do with industrial production here. Somebody could work at a factory. But look, this forest cabin in reverse, okay? Somebody thinks that they could be trying to go to a remote getaway, a secluded one. It's in reverse. It's not going to work. It could be by the ocean. Like I said, this is in Oregon, West Coast area, okay? Oregon, California, Nevada, Utah, look, reflections. They're like, you know where this is. If this is your story, reflect on it, okay? Reflect and meditate, because this is all part of your spiritual guidance to show you your templed path, okay? With these reflections, this meditation is going to help you step into a reflection over your emotions to lift the fog off the situation. Also, there's a boat here. It's going to allow you to move out of this stillness, out of this look. It's going to allow your dreams to take off, okay? You're going to believe in possibilities again. You're actually going to be able to pursue your goals. I'm seeing somebody's light actually click on. I'm seeing somebody actually begin to blossom. Somebody actually begin to bloom. It's you actually being able to put time into thy own self, okay? And have delights in it as well. And others, good things. You could see a lot of orbs around you, gold, orange, blue. Look, because justice and punishment is coming to those who betrayed you. I'm telling you. Those people could be crying. It could be a drizzly, damp, rainy realm where they're at right now. This person could already be in prison. You're elevating. You see things from a new level now. You see the battle you had to climb. You know that if it wasn't for your, look, with the rooftop and the mountaintop, you got the big picture point of view. You're seeing it now. You also have this shelter, this protective canopy. People have a rooftop view on you right now. It's because everything's coming together. Everything's being brewed and bubbled up right now, okay? Especially when it comes to something to do with finances, okay? This district or a stock market, something about that, okay? This is all part of your comfortable stay, okay? You could be going somewhere where it's a traveler's retreat with a comfortable stay, somewhere where they're going to show you hospitality. This could be part of the winding path. It's part of your passage being mended. Look, there's a family gathering that's about to happen because it's all going to be spoke about. You're moving, you're gathering up, you're going to some type of protected space, some type of family heirloom. That's what I heard. Look, with this window here, you see it, you know, okay? You're reading the message, you got it. Okay, it's the library here. Look, like I said, the reading nooks, research, resources. Every light's turned on in here to this research. You see what's unfolding about this. Okay, so as this is all taking off for you, okay, you could have been putting some type of savings or investments. You could be getting a loan or some type of credit, some type of financial institute with this bank. There could be some type of memories you have with some type of finances, some type of lost love, but something you invested in, something that you hope to save. But you're in a transit between, okay, from this frigid realm, this Arctic wonders, this gateway to illusions for you, where the truth was never shown, where it was all a lie, to this atmosphere of fun, rides, thrilling. It's going to be a place where you're prepared to go, where your heart is already attuned to, okay? It's your guiding light. It's that symbol of hope for you. Because I'm seeing somebody riding through all these waves of emotions, all of these trials, all of these battles, all of these things that you went through. You still kept your light on. You still stood strong. It was an experiment, okay? Scientific research could have been done on you because of how strong you are, okay? Look, with this ship here, out here in this ocean, you're like, You stood what Titanic couldn't stand, okay? Your vessel was sailing smooth, okay? It was like a nautical journey for you. It was like an adventure, okay? Smooth sailing. All parties climb aboard because you're now leaving this dangerous path, okay? Of shadow workers, of people who are just treacherous. They're just causing, it was a treacherous path. It was treacherous people. It was just an illusion, okay? But look, it all took you from this precious realm to you, bright, lit up, showing your light, truly illuminated. Look, all these tears and tatters that were in your body and your energetic field because of all the betrayals and the hurt, even though you kept your light on, it's been repaired, it's healed, it's activated. You are a spiritual sanctuary for the divine vibration of the one consciousness, that true vibration of love. But it was all of this darkness you came through was so that you would take that path, that one that was the sacred blueprint for you, okay, with justice and fairness, okay, judgment and the verdict. This legal proceeding could be going on at this very moment, and it's in that turning point, okay? There could be some type of crosswalk, some type of sidewalk. Somebody thought they could walk on the sidelines. They wouldn't get caught in the crossfire of things. But they were betting all in on this moment for you. It was an exciting gamble they made. And the cards did not turn in their favor, okay? With this bench coming out sideways, they're not sitting comfortable anymore. They're not resting. They're not relaxing. They're not even pondering or pausing. They're trying to work a way so that they can endure what they're about to go through, okay? This is somebody who could have seen a lot of flashing lights. Look, they're not taking off. This train is stopped right at the subway. It's not moving forward, okay? No more open expansion. I'm seeing somebody that, they're walking in the dark. What they created for you is for them. That refueling station is their stopping station. This could happen in a variety of different ways for this group of people who come up against you. All these interactive displays, these exhibits, these collections, these peoples, all these interactive collective people that were involved in this. They're going through it right now. They could be in some type of windy region where it's the crossroads, okay? Where's the turning point for them, okay? It could feel like everything is like their life has been put on a movie screen all of a sudden, okay? Like, whoa, what just happened? Okay, there's a lot of emotions flowing. Somebody could be at the hospital, okay? They're trying to fix things. They're trying to heal it. They're trying to maybe cultivate some type of work to fix it, okay? A variety of different options. They're like, anything, what can we do here, okay, to fix this? Look, they're trying to prepare to clean it up. A makeup story to groom and to style it. Some type of scorch lands, okay? So they're trying to burn things so it won't be noticed. They're trying to keep things perched out there. So they're not paying attention to it. They're not trying to draw attentions to it. They could be doing anything but paying attention, anything to draw the attention away from. Something to do with a nightclub burning down and somebody going to the hospital. We also have that food coming out. Again, this could be the same person going to the hospital that somebody put something in their food, or maybe somebody put something. Maybe karma's just coming back around to everybody involved, but things are being cleaned up so you can have relaxation, so you can have this luxury life, okay, with boundaries, with healthy boundaries, with a lot of movement, a lot of fun, okay? It's you celebrating delights again, okay? There's these agencies, these public services, this government building who's reflecting on your childhood memories, okay? They're looking back, some type of knowledge they're acquiring about it. They're seeing something about this environment, the performance stage, the way things were set up, how it was all crafted. some type of travel and departure so things would take off and start that way. Yes, it was a live performance. That's what they want to say. Your life was a live performance and they now know it and they're doing something about it. They are avenging it on your behalf, okay? The Lady of the Lotus is born. My body was made from enlightenment, so your light is going to shine even brighter and blossom even brighter when you get this enlightenment. Your guides are just coming out telling you. You need to honor your anger by giving a voice to it. You are pure strength. You are this red lady, okay? And it's something about Isis coming through to you. You are sacred. That God, the red goddess, okay? The red lady, Isis, okay? You have some type of sacred sexual energy about you, and it's something about you healing through that, but you healing your root chakra. It's you coming back to life, okay? That's what I'm seeing. It's you finding, yeah, you could have been healed. Isis healed you. Look, what does this say? I have the power to make each moment count. Everything is material for my liberation. Okay, so everything, look, the cosmic egg. So everything happened in your world for your liberation. That's why it materialized in your life. Each moment that happened was so you could take your power back. You hold the universe within you. You are a force of ever expanding love. And with that, this playfulness, spiritual power, this laughter that leads you back to the light, it kills demons. It helps you take flight every time, transform and change within time. Woo! You are so powerful when you get done with this. This is the presence of the divine feminine at the center of everything. There is light. I am the light. And in the darkness, I grew in hard conditions and still come out a queen, that morning star where your ego is of service to your soul and you trusted your soul. You trusted this divine timing. You trusted that it would all be shown, that it was all for a purpose. You recognized your suffering in order to release it. Okay, so your curiosity breeds with compassion now, and you recognize the suffering as a way to grow, as a way to blossom, as a way to take off, so you could ignite your true light. Okay, so you could step out of the shadows. Look, you are limitless because your soul is limitless now. You have no limits, nothing holding you back. You are this mystic of divine love. Like I said, you hold that one conscious energy. You are that spiritual sanctuary. The divine is love and love is in you, and there's nothing except love in this life, and you know this. So through the power of love, you healed, you changed, you grew. You miraculous healing. That's what you went through. You healed. You are worthy of this. It was meant for you. You are ready to heal, and now you are a healer too. The queen of the heaven and the earth. Okay? So not only do you reign spiritual authority in heaven, you do on earth as well. There is nothing to hide. You see and accept all that you are and all that is and all that will ever be. Yeah, the language of the natural world of love is a frequency. This is my mother tongue. It speaks to me. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is never absent. Every word I speak becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. The mother of believers, the awakener out here, okay? You're awakening to your spirituality. And because of that, you're spiritually and financially abundant. You provided a place in heaven for yourself by making correct actions, and now earth and heaven are making a place for your position in it for the work that you do for the divine. You're fulfilling a prophecy here, okay? Not a self-fulfilled one that's already been written by God. It was designed. This story's been told over time and time again. It's because you're giving birth to the divine, the mother of God. Okay? I'm telling you, you have arrived, and I am where I will always be, in love, okay? And because of that, Your lineage has arrived where it's supposed to be. They're also sending you a lot of gratitude, a lot of thanks. Everything's happening at this moment to liberate you, to liberate the fact that this goddess of never not broken has never been broke. You choose to become only more love, and everything that shattered was so that you could repair with time, so that you could heal, okay? You transformed your pain into suffering, and there was no greater capacity to love because it was all the pain that was holding you back. Look, that first woman, this Lilith energy, the voice, the body of the soul, you chose life and the desire to live. You chose to let that flame rise again from deep within, okay? Collective, big changes are happening in your life very quickly. It's because you're this child of the divine. You have some type of communication coming in, some type of friends, some type of spirits that are coming in. Look, you have a king coming in, somebody that's enlightened, somebody that's leadership. It could be an authority figure, but somebody who's going to benefit those that are they're in charge of. They're coming in to awaken and help. That could be, yeah, they're going to help some type of child who's children, okay? They're open to learning about this path. They're going to help them learn to forgive. It's some type of dysfunctions, childhood woundings, okay? They're going to help you move past that, okay? Because all of this false sense of invulnerability and entitlement that these people displayed to you, making you vulnerable, making you feel less than now, you have made it past these handicaps, past the developments that they thought you would. You had, yeah, you're this rebel. That's why that Lilith energy comes out. You don't want to conform. You chose to stand up for thy own self. You chose to take the road less traveled, okay? You reject spiritual systems that don't serve your inner needs. You have that child nurture and mother coming out. It's unconditional love. You enjoy giving birth to life. You have patience and you're nurturing, okay? You're passing on some type of wisdom to children, to people who are students of yours, with that teacher, the educator over here. You're shedding light on things. You have a gift for negotiating, personal, like you can see all sides of an argument, okay? You respect both sides as well. It's you're not surrendering your power. You're only surrendering to the power of the divine with the choice of complete trust with loyalty and unselfishness. And this is the final ruling, is that you manage your power with fair distribution. You don't, you freed yourself from any destructive impulses that you might have had, any destructive energies that were over you. Look, God performed that exorcism over you. It was exited out of you. It's an experience and it's a story. It's something that you have insight about. It's what you went through. You could be this feminine energy. Like I said, you're a feminine. You have this erotic energy, but you're able to open the hearts of other people and help them free themselves from, and help others free themselves from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative. Look, we got this Messiah coming out here. Negative thought patterns, okay? You help free people's souls. You serve humanity with humility. You're an angel. You are God's angel. You walk and roam this earth from the time that you were young with no expectation in return, helping anybody who you could. You didn't negotiate the power of your soul. You recognized and confronted addictive behaviors even in your emotions, in your daily life, and you are becoming this warrior. You're no longer this damsel they wanted you to be. You actually have great powers of observation, your desire to seek and avenge. Look, the Avenger. I told you they brought me this dream. They showed me things in this dream about this queen, about this woman who went through this, okay? You could be asked to become, maybe they're going to offer you a job to become an authority figure, okay? Like I said, a message, a scribe, knowledge, information. You have the capacity that other people prefer to ignore. You see things other people don't. And they see you as somebody who is able to highlight things that would bring things to light, okay? They see you as somebody who facilitates a spiritual commitment, a channel for spiritual energy and knowledge, and you're able to help and embrace this. You're actually going to be celebrating life like you never have before. You're transcending into a place of great passion and devotion, a place where people appreciate you. You're becoming that teacher. You're able to communicate. You're going to be expressing, communicating, teaching, supporting a tribe with a positive guiding light, maintaining purity of your heart and your spirit, transcending. Look, you're ascending. You've ascended. Your soul is pure. You're just, look, you got the Midas touch. God said you did it, honey. You've got the Midas touch, mystic. You did it, angel. You have an intimate union with the divine, and it is revealed to all. It intimidates people who have inner fears that want to bully you. Okay? And they do that because they depend on others to take, They don't want to focus on their inner life, okay? But you're this eternal child. You point the light at the inner life, at the inner self, okay? At the energy vamps. You are aware that somebody was draining your life force. It could have been that prince, that person you dated from the past. They had this, look, all of that is representing. So look, I'm hearing before God severs the cord, He will return the energy. Look. He's like, teach him about it. Teach him about it. He will return the energy, willingness. When others doubt, He's returning that energy, devoted back to those people. On that same strand, they sent it to you with a single-minded dedication. Look, the divine. I'm telling you, the child of the divine. This nun or monk, but it's dedication from spirit and to spirit. They are singly dedicated to for you to have redemption, for your purity and innocence to be shown, your special connection. Look, with this goddess energy here, you empowered yourself. You went through this journey, and everything you went before that cord is cut, before it is snipped, it will be flipped. Look, these people who were the fool in your life, these people who fearlessly used rumors to wound you rather than liberate you, that denied your truth, you are healed from that. They took advantage of those who they didn't care for, okay? They were just sucking your energy any way they could. You're healed from that. Look, the rescued. You're healed. You're a healer. You're a rescuer. You're this knight. And a lot of people are going to talk. They're talking about the way that you network. It's something about the messages. They're like, oh my God, did you hear about what happened? Did you get the message? Did you get the message? Did you see the way the divine fixed this? The way that they have all of their problems fixed with some type of resolutions. Common dilemmas turn to resolutions. Where you were a victim, that is destroyed. Prepare for your new life. You're now somebody of inspiration, somebody of compassion, and it's all taking action with you, the advocate for the vision. Okay, so you're going to express about something, some vision that you hold. Yeah, maybe you're going to get it from God, from your magical protectors. They're going to talk some type of sense to you. This is your serpent's path to power. They're going to tell you how to take action. It's all right for you to be alone. In this alone time, you're going to see how all of this was your power to become sweet, okay? It's some type of curiosity is about to meet an opportunity. Some type of fear is becoming an opportunity for you to balance your mind, your body, your soul, your life out to sweetness again. It's new connections. It's new alliances. You're out of the web, okay, Mrs. Spider Web here. You've crawled out of it. You found the lesson. You're trusting. You're trusting in the divine. The time has come. The time to make choices are now. Because you've returned to reality. You're not doing things. You're not drinking the poison anymore. You're believing in the impossible things. Yeah, with the belief. Impossible things and belief. I'm telling you, you woke up. You realized it's your moment. Oh my gosh, you put your crown back on. You're not managing to be glad anymore. You're creating your own happiness and you are glad. You know, now you are the hefty glad bag. Hefty. Glad. Right? No more sad for you, okay? You're not wondering what will happen next, okay? You're not sitting in that. You're just ready for the adventure of your spiritual sovereignty, where you are queen, where you declared your freedom, okay? Yeah, a wonderful new world is coming to you because you attracted it. You rebalanced what was lost. The lost black cat, that black magic that had you lost. Okay, you could have a black cat. A black cat could be important, something to do with a black cat. But that part of your life was brief. It wasn't very bright, but your life will be bright. It will be beautiful, and it is definitely yours to live with your own energy. Promises that never came to be will be. You're never in a jam, okay? You're setting your course and taking off. Know where you want to go. Know the right direction. Have a plan, okay? Because you're not a victim. You made it out, and now the big bad wolf is your friend, okay? And you realize that, it's all right to change. You can't hurt too bad. Look, no rush, no pressure. It's actually elemental. It's actually enlightening. It's actually some type of rule that's very fair for you. Not changing is not fair. That's sadness. That's always looking back. Okay, so you're casting away all of that. Anything that you abandoned that was way out of your reach or not in the depths of where you truly want to be, that was costing you to be in your emotions, you have a shield from it. God has given you a shield. Your ancestors, your guides, they're helping you, okay? They want you to realize that all the solutions in the unknown places of the darkness that you had to make through has made you advance. Some type of childhood treasure, gift, imaginary friend, something from your childhood is going to resurface. It could be a creative way of writing. It could be your genius. We have 2 confirmations, genius. Your genius IQ level. It could be your expressions. It could be the way you like to flow. You could like to rap. You could like to paint. You could like to do anything you want. But underneath this full moon, no. That is your flight. Take off. Don't let fear stop you, because you're rising. Something you thought was finished, that something that ended in your childhood, is bursting back into your life. Something when you were 12 years old. Something an elder taught you how to use your imagination to make it through challenges when you were a child is going to resurface back in your life. You're actually going to realize and look closely at something in your present moment and see that something changed quick, all in a golden afternoon. And now you're leading the way. You're showing others, and you're shining bright like a candle. You made it through this. All of you did. You thought you had made a mistake in the past. When creating your own life, you thought that there was no way you were ever going to make it through it. Some type of anger was always running you. You were always having to keep it down. You were always having to redirect it. You didn't think it was going to let you actually become that great leader. But now is that time. You're having to get to know this new you because you are reborn, okay? Complete commitment, okay? There's no one like you. No one else like you. None. None whatsoever, okay? Waiting for good news in a package, okay? Your enemies are trying to stop you from still getting this. Some type of valid criticism they want you to accept. Slowly but surely. It's a key in reverse. It's a wish in reverse. Okay, so don't worry about that. They're just trying to throw your money off. They don't want you to get your flowers because April went in reverse with their club and you not taking off. They didn't see you be able to stitch it up because you're the unicorn and you've got great passion in this carriage. Like I said, sunrise. Yeah, at sunrise, you're overcoming the problem. Yeah, it's things are not changing for you and your passion, your long journey, your physical or your mental. You actually leave wiser at the end. Wiser like this elephant, they say. These boots are made for a walking, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on walking right to you, right to your passion, right to this connection, right to this place of your personal strength and peace, okay, with assured success. You made it past these family matters and all these affairs with your family to a place of great happiness. Okay? Collective? Whoa. This is an unusual reading for me. I don't normally get so deep with details of one's path, but it was important for whoever this was to realize you're just like a teeny tiny step away from seeing how all of that is just like the dust being cleaned up in your life and blowed away. Like never no more, never today. Take all this energy away. And that maybe you said a prayer like that, and that's what happened. You're living in the now. The energy's gone. It's clean. It's clear. You are sovereign. You are reborn. Collective, go on ahead and hit that likes. Go on ahead and hit the thumbs up. That is the likes, but do it all, okay? Subscribe. Turn the bell on. Go on ahead. If this is your message and it hits you some type of way, don't forget to send it to your friends and tell them about it. Send them this way. Maybe there's a message here that the divine has for them, okay? Thanks again for tuning in.